When you're going to look at this solution, I hope that you can see that what you have to pay attention will be like whether you can do the expansion carefully, like this. Okay, so you have to identify which one will be the A, which one will be the B in this case. Okay. And for this one, I just want to make sure that you know you have to do the expansion first, and then you add the negative sign there. Okay. And for question 11, this is about factorization. So basically, you can just find it easily, like this one. Okay. This one as well. Check out the number, the digits, and also the polynomial there. Okay. This one, once you add the negative sign here, you have to change the last one. Here, no longer is a y, plus y. Okay, this one will become okay, minus y. Okay, you can check it by multiplying the negative sign inside. And then when you see four terms, actually you should remember we divide them into two. Okay, that means two items as one group, and then you do factorization for two items, and then you check it whether you can group them after the factorization. And for this one, you have to rearrange, and then group them. Okay, so that you have the terms like this. And for this one, it is very obvious. You just have to change it back to this form so that you know how to do it. And for this one, you have to rearrange it so that you have the a squared minus b squared format for factorization. Okay? And this one, when you look at it at the first sight, you cannot find the square number. However, after you factorize it by taking out the common factor of 45 and 80, which is 5, then you can see the square number 9 and 16. And then you can convert it into this one. Okay, very straightforward. And next one, this time it is a little bit tricky. So the key for true, I would suggest you check the first number, the square roots of this one, and then the square roots of this one, and then you can find it whether it matches. And on this one, this time you can see that if you take it out, the factor 2, then you can change it into this form. This one, obviously, you can see what is the square root of them, respectively. The same apply here. Most of the time, I suggest you take out the common factor of all items so that you can check it whether this is a perfect square identity or not. And then when you're going to do the comparison, actually you have to do it you have to check out the left-hand side and right-hand side, and then you do the comparison. Okay, comparison. The like terms and on the left-hand side and right-hand side, and then you can see that A will be equals to what, B equals to what, and C equals to what. And for question 24, the same apply. Once you know that you do the expansion, then you can do the comparison directly, like this. And this time you can see that it is not just a direct comparison. You also have to compare different terms according to the information. Like this one, the coefficient of x actually is 10a plus 45. Not only 45 or not only 10a. So you have 10a plus 45 equals to b in this case. Okay. Left-hand side, you can see it will be after the expansion, after the simplification, you have 0, while for left-hand side is 0 and right-hand side is xy. They're not equal. They are not equal. That means they are not an identity. Okay, it is not an identity. Only after you do the expansion and the left-hand side and right-hand side they are equal, then you can say they are identity. Okay, the same apply here. Check it out. Okay, and then, for question 29 and 30, the same apply here. You have this one. This time you consider this one, this bulky group to be the identity A. And then for bulky group B, this is the second identity. Okay, so you have A squared minus B squared. So you have A plus B, A minus B. Okay, that is why at the end you have 24x. Some of you, if you forget about the identity, you may do the expansion by using the perfect square identity. That could not be wrong, but it will waste your time for doing some work over there. And then for 30, just do the expansion by using the identity for the later two parts, and then multiply 3 to the remaining formulate or the expression. And for 31, all the time I suggest you rearrange this one, because minus 8p appear in the first item and the second item. So this one minus q over 2 and plus q over 2. That means after rearrange it, you have this one, and then you can multiply p inside for simplification. And then this one, the square can actually distribute to -2 and the 6n minus 3n. Okay, and then after this one, you can do it. Okay, you can just do the simplification directly. And for this one, again, I suggest you do the simplification for the perfect square first. After that, you deal with the outsider. Okay, in this case, this is the -12. And then for 34, factorization like this one, you probably know it will be, you take out what they have in common. Okay, and for this one, this time you can see it, that will be 4 and x minus 2. Okay, that is why taking it out, you have 3 and multiply x minus 2, and for the second part, there will be 5 only. And then simplify the term. Remember, group the like term. So -6 plus 5 give you -1. Okay, this time you have 4 items. So do it with 2 grouping. So put the 2 items together. Okay, like this one. And for 37, now you have this one, 8 plus 4 plus 16ay plus 8y plus 2ax plus 6. When you have 6 number, then you just group them into 2 or 3. But it depends on your experience. This one, there are 4 numbers or 4 items. Therefore, you have to change it into 2 grouping. And for this one, this is a little bit tricky for 2 if you cannot see it. This is actually a square and b square, and then this is the middle part, 2 times a times b. This one you have 4 items, but this time it is very untypical or atypical, because you have 3 items that can give you the perfect square identity first, and then you do it into this way, this fashion. And then for this one, this time you can see it, this 5, 20, and 20. If you take away the common factor first, then you can change it into the perfect square identity. For 42, okay, if you can see it this time again, you just have to check it. Sometimes for the dummy, it can be more than 1 variable. Then if you have more than 1 variable, how do you deal with that? Okay, that's it. For this one, again, you apply the same technology or the same skill. This one, 44 and 45 is out of our discussion or beyond the discussion today. 46, we go through it in the live lesson. Just change it into the perfect square presentation or the square difference presentation so that you can do it without the use of calculator. Once you see it in the exam or test, you have to show us almost similar step or the same the step here. Okay? And for 50, actually that will be an open-end question, so maybe we not go for it. Suggestion, just like some suggested answer for your reference. Okay, this is one set only. Okay, if you have any other set you would like to let me know, you just feel free to email me. And then for this one, you can see at this time you have to deal with the first identity and then the second identity. So basically you have the first one, a squared and b squared, but in this case, a is a plus b, b is a minus b. Okay, like this one using the identity. And remember the use of bracelet, okay, not only a bracket, bracelet this time. Okay, and for this one, you should know that you have from A, that means you can use the result here directly, and then you look at the number, see whether they are the same. So you have a plus b squared, a minus b squared. So at the end, you have this answer, 16a squared, b squared. And then for this one, this is actually one kind of public examination question. Okay, so if you can tackle it yourself, good. So now you have see that this one actually equals to this one, because When you consider minus x squared y plus x squared y, this is 0. Plus xy squared minus xy squared, that will be another 0. Okay? So let's see this one. Okay, when you see it, you can see it. This is minus 12y squared. Where do you have? Okay, this 8 result. So you have to generate plus 4y squared for it. So when you have plus 4y plus 4y squared, you have to minus 4y squared. Okay, so that is why you can see the minus sign here. Okay, and then for 5 items like this one, this time you just have to make sure that you can see that will be the perfect square for the first 3 items, and then the second last and the last one, you should know it, that this one you can take out the common factor 4. Okay, this is B. Okay, by using this one, you probably can see it, you make good use of the relationship. Okay, and this one very obviously, okay, you have to make it disappear. So after you make it disappear, this one x times 1 over x, which give you 1. So probably you can find it like this way. Okay, for this one, you just have to put the x value and check it one by one and see what should be the maximum value. For multiple choice questions, I suggest you read the answer, and then if you find any difficulties, let me know. Okay, so that's it. For 67 to 70, if you would like to know the solution, just